Hey, what's up everybody? Hammer Metal Reviews here once again. Today we're doing another edition in my series where I'm doing a discography overview for one of my favorite bands. That is, rather than just doing a discography ranking, I'm going to go through a band's career chronologically, showing each CD and giving my thoughts on it. I'm only doing this for bands that I own their entire discography on CD. And today we're talking about one of my favorite bands, Saor. So if you have not heard this band before, this is a one-man atmospheric black metal project from Scotland. I'm sure you have heard me mention them on this channel on numerous occasions. Just easily one of my favorite projects out there. Truly transports you to Scotland through the music. I don't feel that any band out there really captures the spirit of their homeland in their music more than this project does. Like, you just close your eyes and you are in Scotland. Scotland is one of my favorite countries to visit in the world. Not that I've gone to too many places, but of the places I've gone to, Scotland is by far the best. And this music just truly transports me there. Every time I listen to it, I'm just taken to the highlands. Like, it's so perfectly captured within the atmospheres within his music. He brings in the Scottish folk instrumentation, whether it be like tin whistle or bagpipes or string instrumentation, just to really build this huge wall of sound that is pure Scottish glory. The lyrics are all based on like Scottish poems, so it really brings in his heritage. Obviously, he's a truly proud Scot, and that shines through in the music. So like I said, I'm going to go through chronologically from the beginning of his career to the latest album, give you my thoughts on each one. So without further ado, let's just get into this. Before he was in Saor, he had done a couple projects, like Askeball was his project right before this, which is worth checking out as well. Really solid stuff. And then when he started Saor, it was actually under a different name at first, called Arsai. And he released the first album, Roots. I do not have the Arsai version. I have the re-release under the Saor name. But yeah, it's the same album. First album here, Roots. Truly awesome stuff. You always get some good artwork going on here as well. Show you the back of the CD there. This is the re-release that does have a bonus track as well. And yeah, this is just amazing stuff. For a debut, absolutely insane. Very lengthy songs. I mean, the original, this one has 5 tracks, but the original album only has 4, with one of them just being like a 2-minute interlude. So it's like 3 songs that are all 10+ minutes, but it is just majestic. That is the best word that I can think to describe this music. Yes, it gets labeled as atmospheric black metal, but I wouldn't necessarily just call this black metal. Like, this is its own thing. It's his own style. Like, the vocals are more in like a barking nature as opposed to like a black metal rasp. He does have a black metal side project called Fuath, where he focuses more on the black metal side of things. This is more about the atmosphere for sure. The vocals are almost just another instrument that are used sparingly. Like, the vocals generally aren't the focus of these songs. It's all about the instrumentation and the songwriting and just bringing out these different emotions. And wow, yeah, Roots, Carved in Stone, A Highland Lament. Like, every song on here kicks ass. This album goddamn rules. Came out of the gates firing. Absolutely amazing stuff. If I was to score this album out of 10, I would easily give it 9 out of 10, if not higher. Awesome stuff, especially for a debut. So after that, the second album, Aura. Got that one right here. And some more awesome album art. Even like the CD looks really cool as well. Really awesome stuff. So on this album, he did actually bring in a session drummer, Austin Lunn from Panopticon, and he just goes crazy throughout these songs. Blast beats galore, maybe even too crazy in some spots where maybe the blast beats could be dialed back a bit, but I don't want that to sound like a complaint. This is easily my favorite Saor album by far. This one is a masterpiece. Once again, very lengthy songs that just transport you there. The use of folk instrumentation on this album is so good. And every song here, like the title track, Aura, features the nice, like, kind of peaceful beginning to the song before it explodes into harsher stuff. Children of the Mist is great. Farewell is possibly my favorite song on this album. Pillars of the Earth. Every song on here kicks so much ass. This album is a goddamn masterpiece. Absolutely love it. I'm sure you're sick of hearing me talk about this on this channel. This is one of my favorite albums of all time. So score this out of 10. I'm going to give it 9.8 out of 10. Very close to a 10 out of 10 album. I absolutely love it. I try not to give too many 10 out of 10s, but I mean, this is probably in my top 20 albums of all time. It's that good. If you have not heard them, probably a good album to start with. At least to me, it's my favorite. Awesome, awesome stuff here. Definitely go check it out if you have not. All right, so after that, the third album, Guardians. I got the Digipack re-release here. Once again, that features a bonus song, but look at this artwork here. Absolutely gorgeous stuff. Really known for just having amazing artwork here as well. And this one dialed up the production values a little bit. It started to get a little cleaner sounding, but even more grandiose in scale. Once again, had a session drummer. I can't remember his name. I'd have to look at the booklet here. Should have probably written that down. Am I even going to be able to find that quickly? I'm just making this into not as good of a video because I can't find what I'm looking for. But whatever. He's got a different session drummer this time around. Oh, there we go. It's on the back here somewhere. Brian Hamilton was the session drummer here as I go through every page without seeing the one that actually lists it on. But yeah, another just perfect example of how to do atmospheric black metal right, and especially when you want to bring in all these Scottish themes. Wow, is this album amazing as well. Guardians, The Declaration, Autumn Rain, Hearth might be my favorite one, and to close it off on Tears of a Nation. Yes, this one features a bonus track as well. But wow, another just goddamn masterpiece. I cannot emphasize how great this band is. Like, this is a flawless discography. This is 3 albums deep, and they're all getting at least 9 out of 10s. This one's another 9 out of 10 right here. Maybe not quite on the level of Aura, at least in my opinion, but it's not far off. I mean, I could even score these ones higher, but absolutely amazing stuff. Go check it out if you have not heard it. All right, then time for the 4th album, Forgotten Paths. Got another Digipack here. This one doesn't come with a booklet. Everything's just kind of on the inside there, but looks really awesome. There's a picture of Andy, the man behind the band. This one, yeah, features another session drummer, Carlos Avivas this time, and also features some guest musicians. Nage from Alceste does some vocals on the opening track, Forgotten Paths. Got some female vocals by Sophie Rogers on one of the songs, and there's some, I guess, bagpipe player as well. But yeah, this one, it's only 4 tracks, with the closing track being just a little outro that doesn't necessarily add much to it. That's my one knock on this album, is that I wish there was more. But the 3 lengthier songs are absolutely amazing. Forgotten Paths, Monad, and Braun. Absolute masterpieces. Fucking love this album. When I say that it's a complaint that it's not enough, that's just because I'm greedy and I want more awesome music. But this is still an absolutely killer album. Another one that I'll give just under 9 out of 10 because of my couple nitpicks. I'll give this like 8.8 out of 10. But don't skip it. This is still absolutely amazing stuff. Like I said, absolutely flawless discography that this band has. This one's no exception. That leads us to the latest album from last year, Origins. So we've got the Digipack here from Seasons of Mist. Another one that features a session drummer. This time, I'll forget the name. I gotta look that up, but it's the guy from Can Bard. So he adds a little something new here as well. Dylan Watson, that's his name. Which, if you're familiar with Can Bard, you know how good of a drummer he is there. So he brings his unique touch here. And this album, it sees them go in a slightly different direction. Andy kind of worked differently with his songwriting this time, bringing in like some just traditional heavy metal elements in spots. And I really dig it. It gives these songs a different vibe, and it gives the album a different feel than the previous albums, while still retaining that core Saor sound. It's still got the Scottish folk instrumentation and the overall atmospheres, but it's more of a guitar-based album than maybe some of the albums in the past were. But that is not a knock on it. I absolutely love this. The song lengths have been trimmed down a little bit. We get 6 songs this time. And yeah, there are no weak moments here. Call of the Carnix to kick it off. Fallen, The Ancient Ones, Aurora, Beyond the Wall, and Origins. Every single song here hits the mark. No weak moments. Another flawless album, another one that I'll give 9 out of 10. That's 5 albums that are all pretty much hovering around 9 out of 10 or better, at least in my opinion. Easily why they are one of my favorite bands these days, because they just have a flawless discography where every single album will not disappoint you. I know maybe this just sounds like I'm pumping them up so much, but that's what I do. I love this band. I'm going to talk about them. I want to get more people listening to them. If you haven't checked them out, do yourself a favor and go check it out. So if I was going to do a ranking, I know when Origins came out, I did a whole album review and discography ranking. I do not remember which order I ranked these in. Opinions change over time. But if I was going to rank these today, I think easily my favorite is still Aura. That's like undisputed. The other ones can kind of be toss-ups. I think in second place, I'd go with Roots. Then probably Guardians in third, Origins in fourth, and Forgotten Paths in fifth. But even putting Forgotten Paths in fifth, I goddamn love that album. It's just a flawless discography. Go check them out if you haven't. You'll probably get another edition in this series next month where I'll talk about a different band where I own every CD in their discography. I like to do these ones chronologically instead of just always doing rankings. It switches it up, keeps it interesting for me, and gives me a chance to show off my CD collection in small chunks. So anyways, let me know what you think of this band down below. If you haven't listened to them, give your head a shake and go check them out right now. And until next time, I'm Heart Metal Reviews. Out.